way always tastes just as fucking good. I'm getting to the gym a little later. It's 7:02, but I'm not really that worried about it because I'm hitting back in hamstrings, which literally takes me like an hour. So I'll be back at like 8:15, back to my house by like 8:15. So really ain't too bad at all. Because I was trying to update my resume so I could send it in to somebody before it was like later at night. I didn't want to. What the fuck is this? Okay, I guess I'm going. I didn't want to wait till it was like, because I knew I was like, okay, I got home at like 5:30. I was like, if I go to the gym now, then, I'll get back at like 6:30 to 7. And then when I get back, it's like, okay, well, what am I trying to think here? It's like, well, I wanted to get the resume to him today, and I needed to update it, but I just found out about this job I want to try out for yesterday, so I was like, well, I'll finish my resume and then I'll go to the gym, because I'd rather get this resume to him sooner than later, because if I get it to him early enough, he'll see it today, but I don't want to send it to him at like 9 o'clock, because that's why I'm here at like 7. It took me like an hour and a half to fix the resume after because the last resume I made was like a year ago. So it's like I've got so much, like I was able to get both my bosses on my resume. I was able to get all my experience from Roadrunner on my resume. So I didn't really want to fuck around with I wasn't going to send in my old resume, If you want to move up in the world, you got to get experience built up on a resume. And my resume before Roadrunner was pretty blank. Like, I had worked jobs, but nothing like oil field related. But now I have an actual oil field related job for this job I'm trying to apply for. I don't think I'll get the job. Like, there's tons of dudes applying, is what I was told, with tons of experience. But he was like, at least come in and interview though, because if you come in and interview, you get to meet me, you get to meet a bunch of other guys. And he was like, and then we'll be able to keep you in mind when other positions come up that aren't as technical as this one. Because this one, like, I would have to get training and everything. So, it's like, well, this job, even if we decide it's not the right one for you, if we have like a future pumper job or some sort of other job come up in the future, we can select you for that job because you don't need as much experience for it. We can get you trained up quicker. So I was like, all right, bet that shit, And at the end of the day, it's like, what is me applying for the job gonna hurt? It's gonna hurt absolutely freaking nothing. If I don't get the job, I ain't gonna be upset. If I get the job, that's cool. Like, I would love to get the job, but if I don't get the job, I'm not gonna be fucking pissed off at the world and shit. I'm just gonna be like, oh, not the end of the world. Plenty of jobs in the sea, and I enjoy the job I have currently, so it's not like I need to get out of my current job fucking pronto, and if I don't, I'm gonna hate my life at my current job. It was more so like, this is a good opportunity. It's a line of work I'd like to get into in the future, so I was just like, well, I'll just take my opportunity on it now, if I don't, because it's like, if I don't apply and somebody gets the job, I'll be like, oh man, like I could have been that person. But if I do apply and don't get the job, it's like, well, at least I tried, But anyways, guys, let's go hit back in hamstrings. I definitely got stuck in a yap before I even got to start working out. Way longer than I would have liked, but 2 more sets here. And then we'll move to our rows. Okay, one more, but I do got to take quite the fat piss, so it's on to later that. Forgot I was doing single leg. Okay. Come on, Spotify. I mean, SoundCloud. Why will my music not pause? Oh, there we go. You know how I usually like to be. I usually like to kind of, instead of just knocking out all my hamstrings and then going back, I prefer to just go my leg curl, then a back movement, then my RDLs, then a back movement, and then that's literally it. Plus 3 sets of RDLs. But we'll move on to, let's just do our pullovers, I guess, is what I'm kind of thinking based on what looks to be available. I think that's going to be our next current best option, I think. Okay, one up from last time. I mean, feeling pretty great. It's later than I'd like. It's like 8:10, but we got 2 sets of these, 3 sets of RDLs, 3 sets of pullovers, and rear delts. I'll throw them with my pullovers, so you know we're probably 30 minutes out per se, but 2 more sets here. I was trying to stick with that. Ooh, okay. I've also been hitting calves in between these sets, and my calves are feeling pretty ridiculously pumped up. They're also looking pretty good, TBH. I really need to shave my legs though. Maybe tomorrow night, since tomorrow's my rest day. We'll see though. Okay. Okay, let's do some RDLs. Last week I got like 14 on 80, so I'm just gonna jump to 85. See how it goes. Hopefully I can get like 8 to 9 in that somewhat range, and I'd be super happy with that. That'd be great for me. If I get higher, cool. If I get lower, not as cool. Okay, that was great. That was what, 11 I think, so I'm really happy with that. Now we just gotta do 2 more. See if we can keep that same pace. Come on. Okay. Oh, I'm about to fall back. We matched it there. And I know for a damn fact we can match it for a 3rd set. We just gotta push real hard. And then do some pullovers and we'll get out of here. Okay, I can throw up these, but just some pullovers. And now I gotta throw these back up, which also fucking blows, but I'm gonna go 1 dumbbell at a time, to be honest, because I don't want to carry both. Nor do I want to pick up both with my back for a 4th time. Okay. 2 dose more. I think it's time to take off the pump cover. Feeling pretty full. Nope. Okay. Well, let's freaking pose somewhere and get on home because it's pretty late and I still gotta try and find Bingo some dog food at Safeway. Not my first choice, but Blowdorns and Tractor Supply are closed by now. Just trying to get a little bit of posing done in here. See, like my bangs are like really coming back in. It just looks really awkward because my sides are like the same length as my top. This short, so it's growing in like a little awkward, but it is looking like fairly thick, guys. Testosterone is making my hair better. Let's see if we can maybe get a little bit of glute action. Lighting in here is terrible, but that's okay. That's freaking okay, man. I didn't even turn down the lights this time. I didn't really feel like it, but God, my lights are freaking toast as funk, but it's hot. Gotta get to Safeway, grab dog food, cook Bingo's food. Good thing it's my rest day and tomorrow's Thursday. So like, if I'm up a little later tonight, tomorrow sucks. But then we have just to work on Friday and then I get to recover. So really not that bad. All right, we got Bingo's fucking puppy food on freaking lockdown. Now, it's just a matter of getting back home. I swear puppy food is like more expensive than dog food for whatever reason. I think it like seriously straight up is. I do think puppy food is more expensive than dog food. And my honest opinion, in America, we're waking up to puppy food prices, guys, and dog food prices. But seriously, why is it so expensive? I mean, fucking A. Well, I don't know, like, I feel like when I used to have to go, like, because my mom would do the chewy, but like sometimes the food wouldn't be here like on time for our dogs or whatever, because maybe we gave them a bit extra food on accident, didn't ration them right, and then it's like, okay, I'll just run to Tractor Supply, get them the 40-pound bag of dog food, or however many pounds it is. I can't remember. Maybe it's a 14-pound, maybe 40 is an exaggeration, I don't know. And you know, it'd last them both like a month. But if I get Bingo like one of those big bags of fucking puppy food, because you know you're supposed to get puppies like the smaller pieces of dog food just because they're smaller, they can't eat the adult food yet because it's bigger chunks. So I get her the puppy food, and it's just like small pebbles, but it seems like it's small pebbles, but like she can eat way more of it because it's so small. It's probably not as calorie heavy, but also she's gonna be like a pretty big dog, because I can't remember, between her mom and her dad, one of them was like 100 pounds, the other was 120. So she's gonna be a big dog. So I'm sure she's hungry, because she's definitely growing, and I don't really notice her growing. But what tells me she's growing is for sure Meadow, because I see Meadow, you know, usually every weekend, and every weekend she's like, oh my God, Bingo, you're so much bigger. You're getting so big. And it's hard for, oh shoot, sorry guys, forgot to turn on the light. It's hard for me to notice, you know, because I see Bingo every single day. So for me, I don't notice something like that, because it's like, I'm used to, like, I get home from work, I see Bingo. I get back from the gym, I see Bingo. Wake up in the morning, I see Bingo. I sleep with Bingo all night. So it's like I'm like used to seeing her 24/7. You know, she's not growing in the 8 hours I don't see her at work or whatever. So it's like definitely an interesting dynamic to see. But like same thing with my Great Danes, I couldn't really notice that they had grown until I looked at pictures. But like I look at pictures from when I got Bingo like a month or two ago, however long I've had her, and I'm like, wow, she has grown quite a bit, you know. And I'll have her next round of vaccines, I think, later this month. Well, actually, I think I need to call and schedule it for next week and get her scheduled as a client. And they'll weigh her again. And I think my mom, I guess I could look at her actual card from the last appointment. I think she was, I don't know, she was pretty light. I think she was like 20 pounds, but she for sure might be like 30 pounds by now or so. So I'm kind of curious to see how much she weighs. But you know, guys, having a puppy is just awesome. And it was just kind of one of those things, like I can live in like isolation. I was living in isolation for like a good chunk of the summer, whenever, like, because Meadow did a lot of traveling this summer. She didn't have a job until later in the summer, and like Chris would always be gone hanging out with friends or whatever. So it was like a lot of the time, you know, it's like I see Chris because I live with him and I talk to him and stuff, but it's like a lot of the time I don't actually see Chris, you know. A lot of the time it's like he doesn't get home until after I go to bed, because I try and get to bed before 10, and he'll stay out till like 11 every night. But it's because he's like doesn't work out or nothing, so he just like goes and fucks around and drinks or whatever, and then he's young enough he can go out and drink and then go to work the next day and feel fine. I mean, I'm sure he feels it somewhat, but when you're young you can get away with stupid shit like that, you know. Once you get older, it's you can't really do that. You can't pull it off. And obviously I'm not older, but it's like I put my body through so much, like, because I'm pushing my limits every single day, you know, tearing down my muscles. And then it's about eating enough food to recover, getting the sleep to recover. So it's like if I do all that, plus I work my, you know, usually 11 hours, and it's like I get home and I'm like, and then I'm like, even before the gym, I'm like, whew, I'm a little tired. I could go to bed right now. Well, obviously gonna hit the gym, and then after the gym I'm like, okay, I am really ready for bed, you know. But anyways, I got quite a bit to do, so I love you guys all so much. Thank you for watching. And also, we gained 60 subscribers today. I like opened my YouTube studio while I was driving to like a location, and I remember yesterday it was at like 311, and then I opened it, it said 360. I'm like, what the fuck, that can't be right. And I had like low service, so it wasn't really like loading fully, and I opened again and it was right, and I was like, where the fuck did I get that from? And it's really cool because one of my YouTube shorts got like 190,000 views, which is super fucking cool, because I mean, I wish that would have happened to one of my actual YouTube videos. I'd rather have a YouTube video blow up to that amount of views than just a YouTube short. But nonetheless, I'm taking the publicity. I love it. I hope you guys are enjoying my content. I'm trying to throw more your ways. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for watching.